we've got the MX-5 Miata.
Pound for pound, dollar for dollar, the best sports car on the road. And we're away.
No sport mode in this, but it's all fun.
We're gonna put it in subscribe in a second, but I tell you what, I just want to go back to just 2 summers ago, Andrea learning to drive manual on this not this very car, but this very car.
This very car, not this car, older car, but
The same.
still looks the same.
A little bit of gas. Oh, he stalled it. All right. Let him go by. Oh, and there's the cyclist coming. A lot of pressure here, Andrea. Okay, after the white car, hard acceleration. Second gear. Let go, let go, let go. You have to do that dance. You have to let off the throttle just as you put the clutch in. You got it that time. And now, she's mastered it like a boss. Makes me so proud.
Now all I want is a manual car.
I was a great teacher too, I think.
Yeah,
I
he was
so
patient.
Patient.
He was patient.
There was a few words. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get into what's under the hood of this MX-5.
A 2-liter 4-cylinder with a 6-speed manual transmission, optional 6-speed automatic transmission, 181 horsepower, and 151 pound-feet of torque. This is a rear-wheel drive model, and Mazda recommends premium fuel, but you can put regular fuel in this MX-5.
In Canada, the automatic transmission is an option on trims one up from the base model. But in the US, it's only available on the top Grand Touring trim. MX-5 has been a cornerstone of this brand since it was introduced in 1989.
Yep.
Any updates? What do you get with this? What are the key standard features?
The base trim comes with a 7-inch touchscreen display with Mazda Connect, a 4.6-inch multi-information display, wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 6-speaker audio system, black cloth upholstery with black stitching, manual front seats, push-button start, advanced keyless entry, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross-traffic alert.
So there is no sport mode in this, but what else can we put it in?
You gotta put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's going on behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar, there is no better sports car on the planet. This is the best-selling 2-door roadster of all time, and for good reason. They just keep making it better with every iteration.
I mean, it's an absolute joy to drive, and it's an affordable convertible. When do you hear that in the same sentence?
Well, the prices aren't exactly discount, but if you're looking for fun and you want to have a real cool looking car, this is where you should shop for sure. And the thing is, Andrea, they haven't changed the whole essence of what this car is over the 30 plus years it's been in existence. They've stayed true to it being small and fun.
The 2 top trims come with limited slip differential, a sport suspension, Bilstein shocks, and an induction sound enhancer.
So this is a small car, and the controls are really close at hand. The throws with the transmission are very, very short. It's a great date car. You're close to your partner, but it's just so tossable, fun, lively, and it's really hard to come up with a description for how this drives. So do yourself a favor at some point in your life, make sure you get a chance to drive an MX-5. You will not regret it, but just don't get the automatic.
I was just gonna say, you've gotta get the 6-speed manual. This is engaging. I love the feel of the steering. It's very precise. Mazda has done such a wonderful job with this vehicle. We've got the GSP trim in Canada, the Club trim in the US, and we've got an addition, a package called the Sport Package in Canada, or Brembo in the US. Same package. The one in the US is $4,500 and the one in Canada is $4,400. What does it come with? Brembo front brakes, red painted front and rear brake calipers, 17-inch BBS forged alloy wheels.
Those BBS wheels only come with a dark finish, plus you get the Recaro sport seats with Napa leather and Alcantara trim. So with this latest generation, they tried to make this car look more youthful and appeal to the next generation of roadster buyers. The first MX-5s or Miatas had the rounded classic European sort of MG or Triumph roadster kind of look, and they wanted it to appeal to a new generation. Does it appeal to you, Andrea?
Oh, it appeals to me. I think that this is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful lines. It's one of those vehicles that you park and you turn and you look back at and you admire. In fact, there are many times, because I've had the roof down, we've had absolutely amazing weather the week that we've had this.
Till tomorrow it's supposed to rain, but good timing.
Until tomorrow, yes, but that's okay. It's going back soon. Anyway, I would be stopped at a stoplight and people would cross the crosswalk and they would stop and come up to me on the side and say, "Oh my God, I love your car. It is the best."
Let me guess. Were these dudes? Were they
Well,
dudes? Were they
yes,
dudes?
but
Okay.
one woman,
Okay.
she did ask me, "What kind of
I
car
think
is
they're
this?
just
What a gorgeous color."
I think they're just trying to chat you up, Andrea. Come on.
Whatever, they like the car. This comes standard with LED headlights, LED rear combination lights, 17-inch wheels, 16-inch in the US, but available 17-inch and a tire repair kit. One up from the base model adds the 12-speaker Bose sound system and heated seats, and the top trim adds navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, black leather upholstery with optional colors like terracotta Napa leather and white Napa leather. In the US, unfortunately, the white Napa leather is not available.
So great day car, as we mentioned. It's so funny to get in this car and then you see the screen there is so wee, but it's just a little car, so it kind of makes sense. Everything here is managed to the millimeter because they have to use every little space available. But you know what? It's quite comfortable. Actually, I don't think I have my seat. I do have my seat all the way back. So I'm 6 feet tall, but I don't have long legs. I would be comfortable with this for several hours, I think.
Yeah, some people who are taller than you find that they feel a little bit scrunched in it, so you'll definitely have to try it out. It might not work perfectly for taller people. I think I am just like the perfect height.
Of course you are, Andrea. Did the guy at the crosswalk tell you that too? Huh? Did he?
No, he did not.
All right, and then you get into the materials and the finish. Now, in order to keep the costs down to make this an affordable roadster, it's not luxury in here, but I think the materials are excellent. I like the splash of the color matching from the outside onto the inside. I think it's pretty good.
I think it does everything right. This is really driver focused. Everything is at your fingertips. It's a simplistic interior, but comfortable.
It seems so odd because the radio is like right where the camera is. That they still have their control wheel and the volume knob back here. I mean, they could have just done a touch screen, but
it is a touch screen.
Oh, there
it's
you
a touch screen.
I'll take it back.
Yeah.
And in here is the perfect space for a pair of sunglasses, and that's it.
So I took Jack, our oldest son, to the grocery store with me, and I said, let's take the MX-5 because that's awfully small for groceries. So we're in the store, we're collecting our groceries, and we've got like about 7 bags. He said, Mom, I don't think this is all gonna fit. I said, watch me now.
It did, absolutely right. This trunk is roughly the same size that you would get in the frunk of a 911 or a Cayman or a Boxster. And the analogy I always use, Andrea, is what? I say it's about the same size as a shopping cart. So you can fit in your regular groceries, you can fit in the back of this. It's time now for a little show and tell and your questions.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Before we get to your questions, I just want to show you how easy it is to put the roof up. It was all designed to be used with one hand. You do need a second hand to lock it, but that's it.
Pretty easy.
And then to put it down.
That's it.
That's it. Now the next part is tricky. Getting your coffee.
Oh, and the glove box is here, which is kind of interesting.
It's so cute, this car.
Yeah, so cute.
All right. Your questions from Instagram.
Mazda has added kinematic posture control in 2022. Can you feel a difference in cornering compared to previous models?
No.
I think I can feel it at higher speeds. It just feels a little bit more balanced. I don't know, it feels flatter.
Well, there's no way to know unless we get the old car and the new car and drive them back to back.
Yeah.
These things are very subtle. We've even been on launches of other products from this brand, and they tell us that it's really not that detectable, but it's all just to help it smooth out the process.
That's it. And it works with the suspension and braking system. So I think if you got this on a track, let's say, you would probably notice it more than just everyday driving like we're doing. Can you please touch on some opinions regarding driving in snowy conditions? Not anything that I would bypass my Jeep in favor of an MX, but does this have the possibility of being a four-season car? He's from Toronto, Canada.
Okay, so you got a Jeep. That's going to tackle the heavy snow days. I'm just going to tell you about where we live in Vancouver. We had a sports car, and I would take it out on sunny days in the winter.
Yeah.
I didn't want salt on the car.
No.
And so I took it out when it was a nice, clear, sunny day. And I think you could do that with this.
Yeah, I think in Vancouver, it could be a four-season vehicle, but I wouldn't drive this in the snow. I mean, I would definitely, yeah, it's too low. I would park it. Now, we have another viewer who chimed in on Instagram this morning who says he drives a Fiat Spider.
The same car, but made with Fiat.
And he says, yes, even in winter, with a good set of winter tires, no problem. And then I took it a step further and I said, do you drive it in the snow? And he says, no, I park it on those snowy days.
Yeah, yeah. So I think you put the right winter tires on it to get around in the cold and maybe some slush or something.
Yeah.
But take the Jeep when it really snows.
With Mazda moving more upmarket in its offerings and utilizing turbos in more of their engine bays, is there a place in Mazda's lineup for a return of the Mazda Speed Miata?
I think that was such a short-lived project by them.
Yeah.
They had Mazda Speed 3, Mazda Speed Miata, Mazda Speed 6, and then it all just disappeared. I think they're focusing on the first part of that, which is the signature higher-end stuff.
Yeah, I think that I was really surprised when Mazda announced the CX-90 with an inline six. Am I the only one that was surprised? Anyway, bravo Mazda for doing it. I don't think that they're going to come up with a high-performance vehicle. Mazda
That would be fun.
It would be fun. Mazda is focusing on electrification, and that is coming up in our Hot Topic.
And now it's time for our Hot Topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Do you think they'll ever come out with an EV version?
I just don't know how you could ever replicate the magic of this car in an EV.
Yeah.
When the first Miata was introduced in '89, I remember they had this great ad where they showed all of the different exhausts that they tried to get to the one that actually made the car sound the best.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of detail with the engine noise, the short throws of the transmission, and all of that. You lose all that with electric.
Yeah, what happens to the six-speed manual transmission? I mean, even if they eventually come up with something for EVs, I just don't believe it's going to be like this. So Mazda plans to be electrified by 2030, and the MX-5 is going to stay. They have plans for it. I don't think they quite know what it is yet, but they're hoping by 2026 they'll have an electrified version of this. That doesn't mean it's a pure EV.
Yeah.
It could be a hybrid. Mazda actually says that 25% of their fleet is going to be pure EVs, and the remaining 75% will be electrified.
Just please, for the love of God, don't put a CVT in this thing.
No.
Don't give us that.
Oh my gosh,
we don't
that'd be
need that.
Terrible.
All right, we want to get into the fuel economy and more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. The base trim is just over $33,000 Canadian, and the top trim is just under $40,500 Canadian. In the US, the base trim starts at just over $28,000, and the top Grand Touring is just over $33,000. Prices tested, $42,750 Canadian.
Here's the fuel economy, 9 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 6.6 on the highway. That's 26 miles per gallon city, 33 miles per gallon highway. Mazda offers a warranty of 3 years with unlimited kilometers in Canada, or 3 years and 36,000 miles in the United States. So you want something that's fun, maybe a two-door or a convertible. What else can you buy?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Subaru BRZ. It has a 2.4-liter boxer 4-cylinder with 228 horsepower and a starting price just under $30,500.
And just down the street is the Toyota version, the GR86, with the same powertrain, and it starts at $31,500.
The new 2024 Ford Mustang with an EcoBoost turbocharged 2.3-liter 4-cylinder with 315 horsepower. It has a starting price of just under $44,000.
The Nissan Z or Nissan Z with a 3-liter twin-turbo V6, 400 horsepower, and a starting price of $46,500.
So there are 4 fun cars for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
Well, I just love everything about this. Way to go, Mazda.
I like everything about it too.
Okay, since I love it so much, I mean, it's hard to find something that you don't like, but I guess the tech could use an update.
You know what I'd like? Them to stick with the program and keep making this car.
I absolutely love this car. Mazda, if you need someone to do a long-term test drive, we're in.
Only for the summer.
This video is brought to you by Car Cost Canada. Get the dealer's cost, list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. Use the promo code Motormouth to become an expert member and get extra searches. The link is in the description below.